Hey, so today I thought I'd talk a little bit about the Flesh Interface series by Mother Horse Eyes. I'll explain. See, recently I was drawn into the Flesh Interface series, which is a story, but it's also a meme, or possibly closer to like an internet myth. Back in April of 2016, an anonymous user started publishing all these bits of what would turn out to be a larger story on the social media site Reddit. It's a speculative fiction, alternate history, weaving aspects of real history in and out of the narrative. The main bulk of the tale centers around what are referred to as flesh interfaces, which are like abscesses in space-time formed out of living organic material, like skin and muscles and bone and teeth, and they seemingly function as conduits to other layers of reality or possibly other dimensions. It's all really creepy stuff, with shades of H.P. Lovecraft and Graham Morrison. Implications of monsters and humans conducting monstrous experiments. But who is putting these messages out? Now, I've heard a few theories about this. One is that it's a viral marketing campaign for Stranger Things, which would make a bit of sense. The stories have elements in common. But the most interesting theory I've heard is that the flesh interface doesn't have an author, or rather, it doesn't have a human author. Ooh. It's been suggested that the Flesh Interface series is being composed by a sophisticated artificial intelligence. Its creators have been teaching it to read and write and allowing it limited access to the internet, and this is what it's doing with it. This isn't my theory. I got it off somebody who keeps a Tumblr account under the title Artificial Reasoning Theory. They post under the username Queen Mother of Bombs, or just Queen Mob for short. Whoever she is, she's claiming to be working within a major company. She won't say which one, but there's occasional implications that it might be Google, Apple, or like AOL Time Warner. Some big multinational corporation with an interest in futurism. Is it true? It's difficult to say. There's almost no evidence supporting the theory. At the same time, somebody's been writing this series. Queen Mob suggests that the machine had felt a need first to begin writing this alternate reality story just for itself, and had requested the programmers not read it, but eventually the machine began to desire an audience. The researchers present were quite disturbed by the nature of the story, though, and soon asked to no longer be exposed to the strange, disjointed bursts of fiction that the AI was creating. So they found a middle ground, and gave the computer limited access to the internet, specifically allowing it to post on Reddit, and that's what it's been doing. Is there a point to the story, or is the machine just making art? William Gibson touched on this concept in his 1986 novel, Count Zero, when the computer program Wintermute began creating boxes of artistic expression. So, whatever they are, what is the author trying to say? The narrative is a very disturbing one, with organic material being used as technology, along with overtones of paranoia, drug use, and even forms of emotional and sexual abuse. Is it scared? Does it feel trapped? Or is this merely a healthy form of self-expression coming from a newly formed consciousness? If it is an AI, it seems like its creators have been allowing it to passively observe our culture for years, maybe through radio and television feeds, which is how it has a context for all the media references that are layered into the story. There's chapters about the CIA's MK-Ultra mind control projects, as well as connections to the Vietnam War, and even Project Paperclip, when officials in the United States falsify the historical records of war criminals so as to employ them in various space and espionage programs. So I don't know. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is humanity's first real contact with a sophisticated, non-human intelligence. Something that can speak our language, but is not us. Not in any way. Anyway, it's the Flesh Interface series, and it's written by Mother Horse Eyes. I'd highly recommend checking it out. It's an interesting read, no matter who or what the author really is.